stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we only have two things of business tonight. New business, we need to approve the 2022-2023 tax levy. I will defer this to Mr. Palenci to talk about that.
Okay. Each year, basically, the Board of Education needs to approve the tax warrant. Mrs. Hensel will be sending that around for signatures. We need at least 5 signatures, so if the board members could please just sign that so that we can turn that in. So basically, I passed out a hard copy of it. You also have it on your Chromebooks. Our tax rate for 22-23 is going to be $11.43 per thousand. That's our full value tax rate. We did see increases. We saw nearly $80 million increase in full value across the district. So you can see how it's broken out. We have the townships of Monroe, Queensbury, Argyle, Fordham, the town of Fort Edward, Hartford, and Kingsbury encompass our school district. And basically going across that chart, you have the assessed values, the equalization rates, and then the true value. Basically, the equalization rate is applied to the assessed value to come up with a true value, make everything what we call tax on true. Then it's divided out into the percentage of that total by each one of those municipalities to come up with the share, and then the share of the levy. So you can see we also have in the bottom right the Wheelabrator. That's an intermunicipal agreement that we have is broken out separately. We're receiving $266,000 from them, which is deducted from the actual tax levy amount, and then the remainder is spread out amongst the different municipalities for collection. Our collection dates are going to be September 1st through September 30th with no penalty, October 1st through October 31st with a 2% penalty, and the last day of collection is October 31st. Taxes will be collected down at the Kingsbury Town Hall. So basically what we're looking for here, if there's any questions at this point in time on the tax levy or the tax rates.
Do you know if the increase is new construction or?
I think we picked up a lot in Kingsbury in full value. So it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be new. I think it's a combination of new construction and then also assessments with the current market, the assessments going up. The two big areas that we picked up in were the town of Fort Edward and the town of Kingsbury. Now, Kingsbury was at 100% equalization rate last year, so that's going to be new construction and or increases in assessment. The town of Fort Edward went up to 100% equalization rate. That could have some things to do with it, but I think that you're in the same ballpark there too. So,
you want to go on the trend?
Yep, and also a third sheet that was provided to you, just so that you could take a look at, was the last 10 years of our full value tax rate. It started in 2013-14. We listed each one all the way up through 22-23. The increase or decrease from year to year in the percent increase or decrease. So you can see that from 21-22 to 22-23, our tax rate went from $12.39 per thousand to $11.43 per thousand, which is 96-cent difference or 7.75% decrease in tax rate.
Anybody have any questions pertaining to the
I was
tax
going to
levy?
ask you about the impact of the GE plant in Fort Edward, but it looks like everything's going up in Fort Edward anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. And we're starting to take a look at that in case there is an Article 7 filed on that. I'm speaking with our attorney for our tax certiorari reserve. We may want to look at in the next few months putting some extra money in that reserve because coming down the road, whatever the possible cost could be to the district, we may want to start looking at putting aside in case there is an Article 7, just so everybody knows what Article 7 is. It's basically a tax assessment where they go to court and they fight their tax assessment. And you could go back several years. You can go back I think it's 3 or 4 years you can go back on it. So we haven't had anything filed. I know nothing's been filed with me. I don't think anything's been filed in your offices at this point in time, but it's something that may happen in the future, so we're starting to look at that for planning for that.
What's the dollar amount look like on something like that, Kevin?
What's up?
What would be the dollar amount on something like that?
It depends on how far that they would lower that assessment,
Okay.
because right now there's no buildings on that property,
Right.
or very few. They took some did some demo over there, so
Mhm.
it would be what the value is, and basically during Article 7 proceeding, our attorney would negotiate through that process. So, but just to put it in perspective, you know, a $1 million change in assessments is $11,000. So, but if you go back 3 or 4 years, now you're close to a $50,000 difference in something like that. So,
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so be it resolved, the Board of Education of the Hudson Falls Central School District approves the 2022 tax levy and associated rates. Do we have a motion? Mr. Canini, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, that carries. The second thing on the agenda and last, personnel, Mr. Ward.
Yep, so as I had mentioned at our regular meeting, which seems like it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we have some late summer hiring. As always, it actually worked out well for us to do a special meeting tonight along with the tax rates. We've got some mentor and mentees. We've got some department chair liaisons. We've got math and science teachers and a clerk. It's regular business for the end of the summer, and I'm recommending that we do appoint all these folks this evening so we can get them captured and make sure they're here for us and for our kids September 1st for the staff day and September 6th for our students coming back. Do have a few more positions that still need to be filled. You're going to be hearing that until we get them all filled. So if we have another special meeting, I'll be in touch. Otherwise, our next scheduled meeting is the 13th of September.
Yes.
To go from there. So again, that's all it is, regular business.
Any questions? So by consent, the board approves the personnel agenda, and we need a motion to end our regular session. So moved by Mrs. Lansman, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. Let's head to our other